Hey guys, how we doing? Okay, so one of my most asked questions are how I do my brows and what do I use? Okay, so today I'm going to show you what I do for my brows, and it is kind of a different way of doing them, but I have found that it is what works for me. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, how you doing? Okay, so this is the Lunar Highlight and Shadow Palette from Arbonne. This is what I use. I use the color Nightfall, and I use a DO color number 26 brush. It is flat and very thin. You can also use a brush from any brush. Like, you see how that one's a little thicker? This one is from Real Techniques from Walmart. It works fantastic as well. It is just a little thicker. So I'm going to use the thinner one, and it's going to give me a more precise application. So what I do first is I already have my base face on, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm just wanting to do the brows. So what I do first is I dip into this color right here. It's called Nightfall. And the only reason this is, I would say, different, because I am using an eyeshadow. I am not using a brow pencil, or there's brow powders out there, but this is what I use. I use an eyeshadow, and I have done this for years. I used to literally just find eyeshadow palettes that had my right shade for my eyebrows, and I would just use that one color out of it, and that was it. And I would just find like the cheapest one and go to town. But this one I found really good. It is a non-toxic. These are non-toxic, so very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to line the bottom of my brow to give it the shape I want. I do want to, just a disclaimer, I used to never have brows. I had to grow these, okay guys? It took a minute. I have not always known how to do my brows. It has been a learning process. But I finally learned how to do them, and now I get asked all the time, how do you do them? So I thought I would share just how I do mine. Okay, so now that I've done my eyebrow on the bottom, do you see the difference in the definition of just doing that? Of course, we're not going to leave it like that, but that is the starter. We're going to do the top. And make sure to, there's little hairs up here. Some people take those off. They just think that they don't need them. You do need them if you do want an arch. So that's how I get my arch, is just from those little baby hairs up there. Okay. So just take it, and I stop about, yeah, right there. Where the corner of my eye, that's where I stop. I got a little mark from doing that. But that's where I stop, and then I fill in the back of my brow. And you can do this part a little darker because we're going to ombre the front of it. So this part is just the tail end. Now this is personally how I do my eyebrows. Not everyone does their eyebrows the same, and that is completely okay. That is the beauty of makeup, is everyone does their makeup differently, and we can pick and choose what we like to learn about it. See how that is just filled in, ready to go. Now, for the front part, I make sure this line is pretty dark, because I'm going to be bringing color up from it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the spoolie of my brow pencil from Arbonne as well. Just going to take the spoolie off of that, and I'm going to bring that color up, and that's going to blend it and make it more of an ombre situation. And really that is it. Now a key to this, if you go up and you kind of square it off, it's gonna look more squared. If you go kind of more at an angle, it's gonna kind of fade it a little more into the brow and not just square it off. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. I was like, why do my eyebrows always look different? Why do some days they look squared? And then I started paying attention to how I was swiping my brows. So I'm gonna clean up the top a little bit because it's not as straight as I'd like. And I'm not adding any more product. I am just cleaning up with the product that is on the brush. Now, you can totally stop here. This is your brow, that is it. Or you can take the next step, which I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I skip this step a lot. But on my more glam days, this is the step I do. I take my concealer and I clean up around them very, 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 very carefully, because I do not want the concealer into my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe all this extra off. It's a very good concealer, it's very hydrating, but it's very pigmented, so you do not need very much of it. And I'm gonna take this against this flat brush right here. And that is honestly probably too much. Just have some of that off. Okay. Take very little on your brush. I see a lot of people just putting so much concealer on, and honestly that's going to make you look very cakey and it's gonna be harder for your brows. So I just line the top and I line the bottom. And if for some reason you do get that into your brow and you just are losing a little bit of shape with this part, you can always go back with your brush. Okay, and that's going to kind of bring that, lift it a little bit and give that highlighted effect. And then you take your brush back in and kind of re-fix that. Now, if you are talented and you never mess up, you are amazing. But your girl's still here on the struggle bus messing up. But it's, see? Easy peasy. I'm gonna take this on the bottom and kind of do the same thing. One fantastic thing about Arbonne's concealer is you do not have to set it for it not to crease. Sorry about that. It will not crease. It will not look cakey. It will not start to flake and look like you have dry skin. It will not do that. It is honestly like the best concealer I have ever tried, and I'm not just saying that, legitly. If I had to switch everything else, I would definitely keep my foundation and my concealer. Everything else, I love all my makeup though. But if I had to keep two, that would definitely be like my ride or dies. Okay, so now that it's all done, I'm gonna do the other one off camera and I'll be right back. All right, that's it. I am back and it is all done. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have any more questions or if you are still on the struggle bus with your eyebrows or any point in your makeup, just be patient with yourself. be gentle with yourself. Just take time, practice, watch these videos more than once, and you will get there, girl. You will get there. Anyone can learn how to do makeup. It just takes patience and practice. So I hope to catch you on my next tutorial, and I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a great day.